Hi everyone, happy Sunday. I hope you're having a great afternoon. It's gotten kind of cloudy and yucky here, and I've gone from one extreme to the other today, working on some really masculine stuff this morning, and then I moved over to some girly stuff, and I'm really not entirely sure of what we're going to end up with in our project today, and you know how that makes me a little nervous, but I'll show you kind of what's got my mind going and why I have out the products that I have out. So this card we made in the Thursday class, my monthly all occasions card class. This is one of the cards that we made, and this is the coolest design ever, and it's so easy to achieve that I wanted to show you how I did that, and I'll show you another way that you can achieve something similar to this, and then we're going to make something with a background like this, but not with maybe not with birthday wishes. I don't really know, because I have some things out over here, and I need to jump over and make sure I'm sharing my video to the group. So bear with me a second. Okay. Now it should be on both my Facebook page and my Facebook group. So both for Michelle's Creative Corner. So anyway, how did I do this? And dang, did I leave my other samples on the other side? So I try to leave one side of this desk clean and one side messy, and it doesn't always work. And it's looking like, well, I don't know. Let's see. No, oh, here it is. Okay, so this is one sample that I made today, a little bit different, and believe it or not, I used a very dark, intense color to achieve this. I actually used Mary Merlot, which is a deep wine burgundy color, but see how soft this is? So this is using a different technique than this, because believe it or not, this is a really soft color that I got kind of a, maybe I should put the right side up. I got much more intensity with this version than I did this version. And honestly, this one's easier, I think. I don't know. You might not agree, but anyway, so I just don't know quite what we're going to end up with. But, oh, then the other thing that caused me to get the things out that I have are, I've been missing coloring. I wanted to color today. So there are a couple of stamp sets, one from the annual catalog and one in the occasions catalog, that I really haven't shown any love for, which is kind of odd because I have a lot of history with teacups, right? So let me see if I can find. Yep, not at all prepared to share. Oh, okay. So Tea Together is the stamp set from the Occasions catalog. So it's on page 49. And Time for Tea is the name of the one in the annual catalog, and it's on page 15. They both have coordinating framelits. The framelits that go with the stamp set in the Occasions catalog are a celebration choice. So they're going to go away after the 31st. So if you like this and you want these framelits, then you're going to need to place a $100 order and make this your selection during celebration. But Time for Tea is on page 15. So there's this stamp set and these framelits over here, right? They are a bundle in the annual catalog. So they will remain a bundle until the end of May. Now, I don't know if they're going to carry over or not to the next year, but I do know that they will be available. If they carry over, they will be available separately in the next annual catalog. Does that make sense? You won't get that 10% savings that you would get now. So, but my history with teacups. So my grandmother collected teacups, and she shared those with me. And so this is one of the teacups that I grabbed out of my china cabinet today to use as kind of a model for a card, because the stamp sets, like one in the Occasions catalog, actually has a Happy Mother's Day stamp in it. And so that got me thinking about Mother's Day, and then my grandmother and her teacups, and so you can kind of see where my brain went from there, right? So let me show you the technique, and then we'll jump in to try and create something that, I don't know, will at least remind me more of this specific teacup. I have a few of my own. My husband actually gave me a commemorative set of Royal Albert teacups for our 10th wedding anniversary, and they're all on display in my china cabinet. So anytime you're over here for card class, take a look. All right. So the technique, and it's going to be kind of messy. So let me see where things can go. Not there. Okay. Put it there. That should work. I'll set these right here. So I'm going to use the Big Shot, and I'm going to use this Country Floral embossing folder. So this is a textured embossing folder, and I'm going to use the Petal Pink ink pad, right? And a sheet of, this might not be exactly the right size, that's not the one I want. Okay. So a Whisper White cardstock, not shimmer white, not heavy, not anything, just plain Whisper White cardstock. And forgive me, I have to jump to the other side of the table for just a moment and grab a couple of things. All right. So I'm going to switch the camera down, and then so that you can see what I'm doing. See if I can do this right. And hopefully that has, yeah, I think that worked. Okay. So now you can see, all right, here's my folder. Kind of need just a little more light, huh? I'm afraid that'll give us too much glare, but let's see what we can do about that. I'll shine it that way. Ooh, that's in my eyes, but I think it's a little better for you, maybe. Right, let me know if it's not. I'll try and watch comments over here. Okay. All right, so I'm going to set this aside for just a second, and I'm working with the embossing folder itself. So open this up pretty flat, and the side that says Stampin' Up! On it is the side I'm going to apply my ink. So if you ran your hand across it, it would be indented rather than raised. The other side is raised. The images are raised. All right, so my Petal Pink ink, and I'm just going to tap it along, covering this as much as possible. So I don't want it to get into the grooves too much, but I do kind of like it to pick up a little bit of the detail. Okay. Now, very carefully, I'm going to take my cardstock and lay it into the embossing folder. It's not a straight edged pattern, so I'm not too worried about getting it exactly straight in there. And I've closed it gently. Now I need my Big Shot. I'm going to set my teacup right up there. Turn around and grab my Big Shot. Here. And I need the regular Big Shot platform and one of the acrylic plates. And then I'm just going to crank this through. Forgive my shaky table. This back out of the way. All right, now just going to very gently lift that up. And look at that. That's how you get that detail image. Isn't that gorgeous? So I'd love to try some different colors as well. Normally I would just run this under the sink and dry it off, but since the sink is way over on the other side, I'm just going to take a baby wipe and kind of wipe it. One of the colors I thought about trying was kind of a soft green or even a soft yellow. My grandmother loved yellow. And then one of my teacups is a lovely mint green. Okay, getting all ahead of myself. So let me tell you the technique. I told you this one was done a little differently. This one used the Mary Merlot ink and a sponge sprayer. So instead of taking the ink pad directly, same side of the embossing folder, instead of taking the ink pad to this, I used the brayer to pick up my ink. And remember, you want to roll and pick up, roll and pick up. If you just go back and forth, you're only getting ink concentrated on the very underside. You need to get ink all the way around it. And then I inked it up. Laid my white on it and ran it through the Big Shot. So same process in going through the Big Shot, but just a different way of applying the ink to the embossing folder. This is what I got with Petal Pink, and it is, you can barely see the hint of color on this. I might be able to photograph it better, get better light. Can I do if I shut this down? I think you get a little better hint of the color. It's just a hint. It's just a touch of that pale Petal Pink. I'm really struggling. I don't know what to do with this light. Except I need better lighting. I could use a sunny day, but I don't have it out there. So that's a couple of ways to get this ink. And like I said, I want to try some different colors. So how am I doing on time? We've been going 13 minutes. All right, let's do a couple more colors. I really want to do soft seafoam. And I'm thinking maybe saffron. Okay, so let's cut some white. This table is great big, but even so, I'm struggling to find enough room. So that was 5 and 8. This has a layer that goes underneath it, so I'm cutting my layer 5 and an 8 by 3 7/8. So, and since these are really soft colors, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to apply the ink to the embossing folder itself directly. Okay. Soft seafoam first. I had several people ask me, oh my gosh, how on earth did you get that transfer? Somebody picked up her white paper and said, well, where's the pink? I need the pink. And I said, oh, we're going to make the pink. So it was, it's rather unexpected. And this would be fun to do with some other embossing folders too. Swirls and curls. That might be kind of fun. What other embossing folders can you think of that we should use this with? Swirls and curls, I think I definitely have to do next. You know what I'm talking about? Swirls and curls. Since you all just saw me do the big shot, I'm just going to kind of turn around and do it behind you rather than move it back over there. Oh, ooh. Okay, so that's going to dry a little bit. And let's wipe it off. I wonder, so it's got these green dots. I wonder if I didn't have the embossing folder quite dry. That's what caused those dots. Let's get a paper towel just to make sure. Whew. And did you know these, I think these ink pads the color dries lighter than it appears to be when it's wet. Do you all agree? Okay. So spring break has officially begun here, although my son tells me that spring break doesn't start until Monday, that this is just a weekend. So, what's the philosophy in your house? To me, spring break began Friday afternoon. 2 weeks of no school drop-off. All right, put the yellow down, carefully close it. Ooh, wow, look at that. So cool. I think it's pretty cool. The birthday wishes that I used on the card Thursday is from More Than Words. And I think that this is only available in March. But it has some pretty cool things. I love this. Easter wishes, birthday wishes, Christmas wishes, New Year's wishes. Today calls for something sweet with extra sprinkles on top. Because adulting is hard. That's the one I was looking for. I saw someone that had created a card with a glass of wine from the half-full stamp set, and then because adulting is hard as the greeting on it. Yeah, definitely need to do that one. Okay, I don't think I need those anymore. So I'll set those aside, clean up a little bit. So I'm not going to use this right now. So I'll put it back on the wall. And I think we're finished with our embossing folder. And set it aside as well. So, it looks like Easter over here, huh? So here are the three that we just did. And there's the birthday card, and then here's the Mary Merlot. So, I did something earlier, playing with the teacups. So this is the teapot from the tea set that's in the Occasions catalog. And the sentiment is actually from Very Vintage, which is a host-only stamp set in the annual catalog. Host-only means that when you either purchase yourself $150 worth of merchandise, or you are hosting a class and the purchases total 150 merchandise, you earn Stampin' Rewards or Host Rewards, and you can redeem your Host Rewards for this stamp set. You cannot outright purchase this stamp set. So that's how that works. They are host only. So, okay. So I thought and see about putting it on I don't know if that does enough for it. I think maybe if I did a basic gray and then a petal pink base, I think I would like this better. So let's try this. Basic gray. I think I'll have to grab the petal pink base on the other side. Where my tools are. All right, so basic gray. This is going to be 5 1/4 by 4. So your card front ends up being 5 1/2 by 4 1/4. And this is gray granite that I'm cutting. So what if this went like this? And if it had a gray, just like that, and that. Okay, I'm going to grab a piece of petal pink, and right back. I really should give you a little tour of my office as soon as I get it all completely organized. How about that? Okay, so this one I'm going to cut at 5 1/2. And then I'll use my scoring blade and score at 4 1/4. Glue is over here. Tombow is awesome. This multi-purpose glue, $4 a bottle. I always have adhesive on hand, so if you come to class and you forget your adhesive or you need more adhesive, you can purchase that at my classes. Alright, and this just has a really narrow border. I'm really liking this. Ooh. Okay, gotta grab a couple of ribbon choices for this. And they both tried to run away. So this side of the room, this side of my desk, is supposed to be my Facebook Live side. So I'm normally supposed to keep it kind of neat and tidy. While the other side has all of my supplies at my fingertips. That translates into it's a hot mess. But sometimes, because this side is right next to the door, it becomes kind of a hot mess also. I'm not seeing it. You guys might be out enjoying the sunshine. So, oh, I think I like that. That just seems too harsh. Okay. So, I am hoping that with the new catalog we get some more ribbon scissors or some large scissors. That would be good for ribbon. Now, I call this a cheater bow because I just tuck it around the back, and some of my friends have tried to teach me that I should keep Scotch tape handy for that sort of thing, and they're absolutely right. Unfortunately, I never think about it. Okay, I think that's basically a line. I think this is turning out really pretty. What do you know about that? In the rim. Did not put that long enough. I don't want to tie a bow, because that's a lot of pressure under camera, you know. Just a little knot. All right, I'll trim that in just a second. I'm going to go ahead and put this down on my card base. Doesn't take a lot of glue to hold it in place. Well, I'm so glad I stepped out of my comfort zone today. I think this is really, really pretty. So remember, I made this one with the sponge brayer, okay, and the petal pink ink. Still ran it through the Big Shot. Okay, and then I stamped my teapot and my greeting in gray granite ink, and then I colored them with my Stampin' Blends petal pink. I'm sensing a theme today, right? It's a lot of pink. I need more pink on this gray day, right? I think I need a mini dot here. I love that the dimensionals now come in minis as well as the full size. And someone taught me this trick. Take your fingernail and mash it in the middle, and that kind of causes the corners to pop up. Take it in the middle, and then the edge will pop up for you. And then let's trim this little guy. I think that's lovely. Okay, if I'm going to show it that way, I'll turn it around. I think that's really, really pretty. Okay, I'll show you that one again. Let's do something with... Okay, I did another teapot so I could have a little magic there, right? But I also stamped the teacup. I'm hoping that glare is just on me, right? Okay, so I stamped this. This is from okay, so this is Tea Together. This is in the Occasions catalog. Okay, so I stamped the teacup, and then this flower here, I thought it most closely resembled this. And then I think it's going to be pretty here. Let's see. Now, I also intend to run this through the Big Shot, and I think I should do that first, just in case it goofs up, right? So, my framelits are over here. I've forgotten which are which, though. Spot of Tea. Okay, so Spot of Tea are the framelits for the annual catalog stamp set, and Tea Time framelits are the ones that are available as a celebration selection. Right? That's right. They don't say Celebration on them, so I'm a little stumped. Okay, so I'm going to be sure that I pull out this little Post-it note. Now look at this little cute little cover. So my friend Susan made this little, I think it's so cute. So I'm going to grab a Post-it note to hold this in place, even though I've got my magnet. I just feel like it has a lot of room to go sideways. And since I'm struggling so much to get it in place, got it. Now again, back to my big shot. I'll use my magnetic platform this time. And I don't know if you noticed, I kind of cut this out of the middle of a piece of Whisper White. And this is a layer size, so I can still use this as a layer as long as I've got something else on top of it. So if I wanted a white layer under this, I could just do just like that. I don't know. Doing my part to conserve paper, and get that back in there. Okay, let's see if we can color these guys. So, I told you I used Merlot ink, but we don't really have a Mary Merlot blend, and my teacup is kind of a rich raspberry maybe, and I do have that color. So, and it's also got some gray in there. Raspberry. And then I'm going to get the gray out. So, sneaky slate. Don't know if I'll need the dark or not, but I'll grab those. And there's yellow in the center, so I think Daffodil Delight. I should turn my screensaver off. It's me every time. Okay, so my teacup itself is pretty white. Oh, I didn't grab any green. It's really just the flower that they've colored. So I'm just going to take the light rich raspberry first. And just go around the tips. Just winging it here. And I just realized I didn't get any green out. I'm going to need some green. Okay. And then I'm going to pull that to the center. Oh, I did that backwards. Okay. I'm going to go back over this light with the dark. I'm trying to figure out what I did. I want to pull it to the center with the light, not the dark. And this one petal is going to look a little intense. and I did not practice coloring this. I saw a teapot earlier today that had been colored to look like it had no lines. Oh my gosh, it's so, so pretty. So I might have to do that if I stay in a coloring mood today. Alright, jump to the center. So that was the dark Daffodil Delight. And it looks like okay. I'm not so sure that this is perfect. And I know it doesn't have it in here, but I want to do a little more blending, so I'm going to grab ivory. And I think maybe I need a softer touch on the petals and the petal ends. See how that looks when it dries. Let's grab some green. And my cup is really dark. Like a mossy meadow. Since they're so small, I'm going to come in with the dark first and just do the veins. They're small and they're tiny, tiny, tiny. So while I'm coloring, do any of you have traditions like my collection of teacups? Something that was handed down? Or something that automatically makes you think of someone special in your family? I do really like this. I think that it needs, the teacup itself needs a little bit of color. Just because the flower in it is so strong in the middle, but maybe not. I feel like it does. But I don't want to goof it up. Don't you hate that? What can I use? Paint this on the other side still. Okay. Okay. So this may be the absolute horrible choice, but it's a super light color. A lot of my teacups have different designs on the inside than they do on the outside. So I'm going to leave that blank for a minute and see if something comes to me. In fact, a couple of them have a fairly minimal design on the outside, and then the inside of the teacup has all the floral images. And I didn't really want this to be about oh heck, so much about the coloring as about the technique of the embossing folder. Evidently I cannot color and talk, so it didn't lose sound, it just lost my sound, which is kind of unique. Absolutely love the blends. I barely understand. Well, I understand the concept of the light is hitting this somewhere, so there should be a shadow, there should be a brightness. But achieving that look really escapes me. But most of the time, the blends make it look like you know what I'm doing. So, okay, I think I like that. I really don't know what color that inside should be, so I'm just going to make it all the darker of the two color pinks. And I probably should have picked a spot for the light to hit that, so I'll grab a color lifter. Okay, I'm going to have a bit of a mess to clean up. Just not right there. Okay, enough coloring. That's not what this was supposed to be about. This was supposed to be about embossing with ink technique. Alright, so let's see how we like. So I don't think I'm going to like the gray on it now. Oh, and I don't like the peach. Or the petal pink. It's petal pink. So, maybe it needs to be there. I don't know. I'm trying to get away from it to look at it a little bit. I don't like that. I'm not sure. Okay. Lift it up and see what you think. So here's it on the green. And here on the peach. I think that's the best one. Darn, I really wanted it to look nice. Maybe if I hadn't colored the teacup, I would have liked it better. Live and learn, right? Okay, so then does it go together just like the other one on a petal pink base? Or do I do a layer of rich raspberry underneath it and then put it on white? Okay, so this is fresh fig over here and not... Okay, I think maybe so. Okay. I know this is fresh fig, it's not rich raspberry, but I think it'll be close enough. Alright, so, and it's just going to be the tiniest bit, because we're going to cut it 5 1/8 by 3 7/8. Okay. That might need a new blade. Really? Okay, so clearly my... Okay, so I'm going to have to cut this down. Oh my goodness. Okay, so that's 5 1/8. I'm going to cut this down to 5. It's a little harder to cut cleanly after you've embossed. And that was 3 7/8, so that's 3 3 3/4. Okay. Alright, so while I'm putting all these pieces together, I want to remind you that the celebration is coming to an end. This, the 31st is the last day for celebration orders. And there's a class next Saturday, last chance for celebration, and we will be making 8 cards, 4 designs. You'll make 2 each. Your cards are free with a qualifying order. And of course, you're going to want to put in a qualifying order because this is your last chance to get celebration items. And remember, celebration items are available while supplies last. So if there's something that you know you want, let's make a deal right now. Okay, let's figure out how to get that for you. I would let your order, I'd rather you get what you want than wait to order until then. So let's get your order placed. Now I'm not at all sure about my ribbon. It looks too peach. What do I have? Nuts. Nothing in there. Let's do this. No, can't decide. But let me know. We'll be prepping for cards on Wednesday, so I need to know by then if you plan to attend on Saturday. Feel free to bring a friend. We are going to have door prizes. I've gotten lots of celebration items this quarter, and we will be drawing for some of them. Some of the ones that you can no longer get will be available as prizes on Saturday. And of course now I've tied that down, so there's no going back with a cheater bow. Maybe we'll like a bow. Yes. I very much appreciate you watching today. If you're on the Facebook page watching, please share my video. It helps my audience grow, and my audience helps my business grow. Makes Facebook happier with me. If you're on the group and you share, it's just going to share within the group. It's one side, just a little wonky. Okay, clearly I need to work on this a bit. Glue dots. Well, let me know by Wednesday morning, Tuesday night, if you're going to be able to attend Saturday morning's class at 10 o'clock, my home. If you'd like to place an order and take advantage of the celebration items that are still available, contact me. All right, your order this week can certainly count towards your cards on Saturday. The host code is here, and I can also show it up on the screen. The host code, and here is the website to place your order. I think the bow's too much. Maybe just a white bow. I don't know. Let's go back over here and okay, so this card maybe needs something. Maybe this should have been in the center, or maybe it's just fine just the way it is. I don't know, it's awfully pretty. And for this one, the teacup gets a little lost, at least in the distance. This is the other one that we made. Real subtle petal pink on the background. of it. You really can't see it in this light. I'll have to do photographs of it. And then we made a So Saffron, soft seafoam, Mary Merlot with the brayer, so it showed up. So you can imagine why the petal pink didn't. And then I think this polka dotted bow is what I'll add to the teacup. Thanks everybody for being here. I appreciate your time. Please share my video. If you don't have a demonstrator, I'd love to teach you how to make cards and bring back this lost art. Let's send out cards and give people a personal touch for their birthdays and just let them know that we're thinking of them and encourage them in whatever is going on in our lives. The sun's coming out. I hope you have a wonderful rest of Sunday, and we'll see you again soon. I hope to see you Saturday. Bye-bye.